In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to do the marble effect with the marble top resins. This is possibly one of the easiest but most effective of the effects that you can do. So let's crack on with it. Okay, so I'm going to get started with this. So obviously going to be using the marble top part A and part B. With the epoxy, you want to get it to a temperature around sort of 25 28 degrees. Just makes it a little bit more easy to work with. And then also today we're going to be using a few different colours. So we've got bone, chocolate, jet, brunette and the polar white. So we're going to be using all these colours in combination. Now when you're applying the marble top onto a worktop, so obviously I'm just using a piece of MDF for demonstration purposes, but obviously the base that you're working on wants to be a similar colour to the finished product. So if you're putting a white finish onto a black worktop, you'd need to apply a primer to get the base white first, and vice versa. You know, if you're doing a dark coloured worktop on a light coloured counter, then you want to apply a light primer first. But we're going for a fairly similar colour and effect to the board we've got today, so we're just going to coat over this. So again, fairly straightforward, just a one-to-one mix with the epoxy. So I'll just measure this out. You're going to want to have one colour, which is going to be your main sort of base colour. So for this we're going to be using the bone. Again, make sure you wipe this up, mix this up well, because if you don't mix it up thoroughly, as you can see there, it'll end up all sort of streaky and that'll affect the appearance of your worktop. So just going to mix this in properly. Okay, so when you're applying your base colour, you don't need to get 100% of the area covered, because we're going to be applying some accent colours, some highlight colours anyway. So we're just looking for sort of 90–95% coverage with the with your base colour. So I got that. So I'm just going to get my brush. As I said before, just make sure that there are no loose bristles before you start, and then just gonna
generally spread this out.
So now we've got that spread out, we're going to add some more of our sort of accent colours, highlight colours. So this, I'm going to start off with the chocolate. Okay, so once you've got, you're happy with your colours laid out, we're literally just going to start working this in. Basically blending the colours together. Now with this, you know, you can pull your white into darker colours, you know, you can make sort of vein appearances come through. But you're generally looking just to blend the colours. Now you can be quite vigorous with this because you're wanting to create air bubbles, because those air bubbles, they're going to add to the look of it. Just want to make sure you get all your edges as well. If there's any missing, you know, you can collect the loose material from underneath. So once you're happy with the look of your marble finish, you just want to hit it with a blowtorch just to pop any bubbles. Now obviously when you're mixing and manipulating the colours, it does generate air in the epoxy, so you may have to do it 2 or 3 times just to make sure that all the little bubbles are cleared. There we go, so we're just going to leave that sort of 5 minutes. Now come back, check on it, make sure there's no more air bubbles on it, and then we should be good just to leave it to cure up. So there you go, that's how you do the marble effect. So as you can see, it's pretty easy, pretty straightforward. The main thing is just to bear in mind is to get your epoxy to the correct temperature before applying it. Just makes it much easier to work with. If it's too cold, it'll be really thick and really difficult to work with. Once you've stippled or brushed your epoxy and your colours all blended all together, you just need to make sure that you do 2, 3, maybe sometimes even 4 passes with the blowtorch just to remove any air bubbles in it. Common question we get asked is, can you use a hot air gun? You can. I prefer to use the blowtorch because it doesn't move the epoxy. The danger with a air gun, hot air gun, like a paint stripper and a stripping gun or anything like that, is if you get too close to the epoxy, it can blow the epoxy and it can ruin the effect that you're looking for.